My waterline is definitely like Chernobyl. Nothing can stay there, nothing can live there. It is a biohazard zone. I like everything about it. Hey, welcome back. Today's video is going to be me testing out ColourPop for the first time. Now, it's not quite the first time. I did try out an ultra matte lip about 2 to 3 years ago, and it was death on my lips. I did not like it, and that is partially why I've kind of strayed away from ColourPop for a bit, but I have definitely been more intrigued with all of their new releases and lots of different products that they have now as opposed to like 2 to 3 years ago. So I'm testing out all of these products right here. I have the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. I have the cream gel liner in Mr. Bing. I have the ever famous ColourPop No Filter concealer. And I even have 2 influencer collabs right here. This is the Ellery lip gloss in Netta and the Kathleen Lights lip gloss in Moonchild. So all of these products are on my face right now, mixed in obviously with some of the products. And I test out all of these. I try to use as many shades as I can from the eyeshadow palette. Well, this is what the inside looks like. I do have some things to say though. When these came first in the mail, the eyeshadow palette looked kind of dingy, shady, should I say, where it looks like it wasn't pressed quite as cleanly, and there was little bits of shadow everywhere on the inside. So I just wiped that off, cleaned it up. It's okay, I don't really mind, because this did only cost 16 bucks for 12 shades, and the packaging is stunning on top of that. It's not some cheapo plastic packaging, so I'm not gonna dock points for that. It's just a simple cleanup, and I definitely don't mind doing it. And of course, I did purchase this ColourPop concealer right before they extended their shade range. If you must know, they now have 30 shades of this, which is insane. So there's probably a shade for practically everyone. And I'm very sad that I got it right before they extended the shade range, because I do have a slight problem with the shade. But if I really enjoy it and I use this entire bottle up, I will get a lighter, warmer shade. A lot of these are actually on the recommendation of Kathleen Lights here on YouTube. She did recommend this gel eyeliner in Mr. Bing. This is something that I'm very intrigued in because I did want to try out some more cruelty-free liners, and this very much piqued my interest. And of course, I have reawakened my love for glosses, so I definitely needed to try out the ColourPop gloss formula. I know a lot of people love these, and I definitely wanted to get some more use out of these, so I did get nude shades, but I will definitely be wanting to try out some more after this video. All the products talked about in this video and whatever else is on my face will be listed in the description box below, so definitely check it out if you want any of the product links. And while you're down there, why not subscribe, like, comment on this video? It really does help me out, really does help my video get out there, get more exposure, and definitely make sure to hit the bell notification because YouTube is doing some shady stuff. I don't really know what's going on, so if you don't really want to miss any of my uploads, make sure to hit that bell so you'll be notified each time that I do upload. Also, I do want to say I upload consistently. I upload every 3 days. On the 3rd day is when I upload again, so I don't have a set weekday schedule, but I do upload every 3 days, so if you want to track that, you definitely can. So if you want to see me test out ColourPop products for the first time, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already primed my eyes with the LA Girl Pro Primer, and then I've already set that with a color close to my skin tone because the Dream Street palette that I have does not have a color that is my skin tone shade. Okay, now first, the packaging of this is stunning. I love that it looks like this like swirl pattern. I love the font. I love the little moons and the stars. I love the way that this palette is designed. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me, and the inside of it looks like this. Now, the palette did come a little kind of dirty, I guess. There was a lot of shadow just kind of everywhere, You could even see kind of, I don't know if you can, but there's like a ring right here and right here from these two kind of being pressed a little higher than the other shades, so it kind of presses against this a little bit. Nothing came shattered, so I was definitely okay with that, and I guess it's just the price you have to pay for a very, very cheap eyeshadow palette. So this palette comes with 12 shades and all of the names are listed on the back. So I'm just gonna get started. I'm very, very tempted to use these blues, but today I do have a brown eyeliner that is kind of like a reddish brown, and I want to use as many shades as I possibly can. So I'm actually gonna stick to some of the warmer tones in this palette. Maybe not this bright poppy red, pinky red right here, but the rest of them I will definitely try to incorporate into my look today. So first I'm going to go in with Magical right here, this kind of light peachy shade. I'm just gonna take a crease brush, but if you can see that, there is a decent bit of kick up with this palette, which is definitely not a problem for me. I don't really care as long as it blends nicely. So I'm just going to apply this to the eye. Oh, yeah. I thought it would be a little bit more pigmented, a little deeper, but it is just a transition shade, so I'm not going to knock it for that. It is definitely still showing up on my skin tone, which is what I really care about, so it's definitely still showing up as a nice kind of light orangey, peachy, creamsicle color. So now I'm going to dip into Shooting Star, which is this cool toned kind of beige color on a fluffy blending brush. That one didn't have as much kick up as the last shade, but now I'm just going to focus this closer and tighter on the crease. There's definitely color on my brush. I'm just not seeing it apply. Okay, there's a little bit of depth added right there. I just thought there would be a little bit more, but that's okay. Yeah, this shade definitely doesn't have as much kick up as the last one, and it's definitely seen in its performance here, but it's still definitely still showing up on the eyelid. So now I'm going to take this color called Potion. So it's kind of just like a medium warmish tan color. This one definitely has a little bit more kick up than the Shooting Star shade, but not as much as Magical. I'm just going to be applying this. Ooh, that is some pigment. Just gonna apply this to the outer corner and a little bit into the crease just to deepen it up. Oh, that is nicely pigmented. These are blending really beautifully. I'm not getting any skipping or patching. It's just gliding onto the eye. So now I'm gonna go in with this Elfish shade, and this is a very unique shade. When I first opened this palette, I thought it was a very deep purple, but it is definitely a brown, but it has a lot of purple undertone in it, which I think makes it very, very unique. I really like that she put a brown that wasn't just gonna be a boring old, brown, but it has a little bit of special quality to it. So I'm just gonna take this on a e.l.f. 205 brush. It's just a pinched blending brush. And then I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner. So right now my thoughts on the Dream Street palette is that it's very user-friendly. The shadows are definitely not overtly pigmented. They're nicely buildable. I'm going to go back in with that Potion shade and just right along the edges. I just want to bring some of the warmth back so it's not quite meshing as nicely as I would have liked it to. And then I'm going back in with that first brush we used. There's no extra product on this, and I'm just blurring out the edges that we have. Now I do have the ColourPop concealer, but I don't want to use that for a cut crease right now. I'm just going to take the Tarte Shape Tape just in case. I don't know how the ColourPop one is going to work, but I know how the Tarte Shape Tape is going to work, and I would rather not mess up my eye look. I got things to do today. So I just took some on a flat, tiny brush. Then I'm just going to apply some to the eyelid. I'm going to go in with Twinkle first on a flat shader brush. Dry, I'm going to try this dry first. So I just want to see how the shadows perform. I'm going to go right in the middle first, not towards the inner corner. Wow, that's really beautiful. It is a true kind of like rose gold. Let's try Twinkle Wet now. So I'm just gonna take some primer water and just give her a good spritz. There's actually not too big of a difference. I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely can't. Okay, I love how that looks. That looks really, really pretty. Ah, I messed up. I meant to go in with Stardust, but I went in with Twinkle. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, I can save the day. I'm actually going to go in with Sweet Dreams right here, which is a nice light shimmery shade. I did not swatch this. And then apply this right in the inner portion. Oh, that's very light pearly gold. I thought it was gonna be more rosy, but it's still, I think, will blend. That one is a little bit less pigmented, actually, or it doesn't pick up well on the brush. So I'm actually gonna spritz this one, and I think it'll make a difference this time. There's a difference. Okay, so that one's Sweet Dreams. Oh, that's doing something really strange. It's like picking up some of the product as I apply this color. I'm not gonna wet this because it did some weird things on that eye. I'm just gonna kind of pack it on until it's where I like it. Going back in with that e.l.f. brush and taking that elfish shade. Just gonna apply that to the edge just so all of it is just kind of blended in very seamlessly. I have a nice half cut crease going on. Now I'm gonna take this color called Moony. I'm just gonna pop this right underneath my brow. Oh, that one has a ton of kick up. So I got this ColourPop eyeliner. Actually, this is their cream gel liner in the color Mr. Bang. And can I just say the ColourPop packaging is absolutely stunning. It's so pretty. And it even says, put me on your lids. Put me on your lids. You see how cute that is? That's adorable. All right, so basic component. Okay, twist uppy. Does it have a sharpener on the other side? No, okay. So I'm actually just gonna apply this to the top lash line. I think I might smudge it out with a bit of the elfish color, but I don't know yet. Let's see how this applies. I guess I'm making a wing. I didn't mean to, but I guess I am. I don't think it's going too well over the shimmer. I'm just gonna take a liner brush just to smudge it out a bit. I am gonna take a bit of that elfish color on the brush. This does set down decently quick, so if you do want to smudge it, you have to work a little bit quicker than I did, because now it's a little bit difficult to smudge out. I think we're pretty much done with the top part of the eye. I'm going to do my foundation, my eyebrows, and then I'm going to come back to test out the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Okay, so I've done my brows and my foundation, and now I'm going to be testing out the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Now, I got it in the shade Light 20, which they said was warm undertones. Now, I would classify this as pretty neutral. I just want to show you guys my my Catrice one, which is kind of like a true yellow undertone. And the ColourPop one, you can probably see, is a lot more neutral. I would have liked to buy this after the whole shade expansion thing, but I got it right before they announced that, but that's okay. We're gonna still test it out anyways. So this is supposed to be a very matte concealer, so I really moisturized my under eyes this morning. I put some oil under there because I do have dry under eyes, and matte concealers like the Tarte Shape Tape usually doesn't sit very well, but we're definitely going to be trying this out. This does retail for $6, which is insanely cheap, and if I can find another Holy Grail concealer and stop using my Catrice one, we'll be very, very happy. So it's a paddle shape, as you can see, flat on both sides. Okay, so let's go in. Let's just, ooh, that really bends with the face. I really like how that bends. And down the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. It is a very, very liquidy concealer. It's not very thick. So I'm going to start blending out. Oh, that blended out like a dream. Did this concealer just oxidize in the span of 2 seconds? Hold on. Let's, yeah, she oxidized. Whoa, okay. Let's blend her in really quickly. And it's sitting very well. Time for the true test though, the under eye baggage. Wow, that has really, really good coverage. That is blending out so seamlessly. It has a really good coverage. It is slightly brightening, although the color it was initially was what I wanted, and now it's a little bit darker. It's pretty medium to full. I can still see a bit of darkness under there. And I definitely can't tell that it's more of a pinker concealer on my very, very warm skin tones. That works out. I'm just going to apply a little bit more on this eye because I feel like I didn't get enough product on this eye. Just a smidgen to match the other one. So I'm going to set the under eyes with the Milani Prep Set and Glow Powder. Okay, so far so good. I'm really liking everything so far, and wow, everything is looking really, really flawless. So now I'm just going to finish up the under eyes. I'm going to line my waterline with the ColourPop eyeliner in Mr. Bing, just to see how this wears throughout the day. Oh, I hate putting things in my waterline. Okay, I have to say that is borderline pink eye looking on me. It pulls very, very red on the waterline. Okay, I have a feeling this is not gonna last very long with my very, very watery eyes, but one can always see. So I'm gonna go in with that Potion shade on my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of tuck it underneath the eye. It's really nice and smoky. I'm really into it. Okay, now I'm taking this really tiny e.l.f. detail crease brush, and I'm going into that deep brown elfish, and I'm just going to be running that along the lash line much closer than I applied the Potion shade. I'm gonna blend out those edges with that same brush we just used. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face, and then I will come back when I'm applying the lip products. And we're back for the 2 lip glosses. These are 2 ultra glossy lips. Coincidentally, they're also both collabs. I didn't mean for that to happen. Those are just the colors that I really liked the most. So this is another Kathleen Lights collab, and this is in Moonchild. So this is the shade right here. To be honest with you, I've already tested out both of these because I couldn't wait to get my grubby little hands into this ColourPop package. And I love both of these. These are such nice lip glosses. They're not gloppy, they're not sticky, they're really opaque. Surprisingly, I thought it would be a little bit more sheer, but they're quite opaque. I love the glossiness. I love the shimmer that's in the Kathleen Lights one in Moonchild. This one has little bits of gold shimmer, while the Ellery one has no shimmer. It's complete cream finish, but I love both of them. They're both beautiful nudes, and I've just been loving both of these. They're also quite moisturizing, actually. So I'm gonna swatch the Kathleen Lights one first on my lippy. It's really quite opaque in color. This is just the perfect peachy nude for me. And I'm not someone who really leans towards peaches. I feel like it makes me look a little one color, a little sallow, a little too yellow. But this peach with this makeup and everything just looks very, very stunning. I love this. This is just probably the one that I'll be wearing throughout the day, but I'm just gonna swatch the other one right now. So here's the finished look on testing out some ColourPop products for the first time, and I'm really, really impressed so far. I don't really have any complaints. I just have a few thoughts, I guess. The Dream Street palette is stunning on the inside. I love all of the shades in this. They're very, very nice. The mattes honestly impress me more than the shimmers do. The shimmers are nice. They're nicely shimmery, metallic, but they're not quite there. They're a little bit more sheer than I'm used to working with, but that doesn't make them bad eyeshadows. They're just a little bit more buildable and a lot more user-friendly for the average consumer. If you're like a makeup geek like me, these can seem a little bit underwhelming, a little bit underperforming, but they do blend very nicely on the eye. They're very buildable, like I said, so that does make them more user-friendly to the general public. But all in all, I really enjoy this palette. I like the way it performs. The price is right with this. So the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Mr. Bang is very creamy. It has a really nice consistency. It sets down and it does not budge. So it does set down very quickly. So if you want to smudge it out, smear it out a little bit, you're gonna have to work a little fast with this one. But I do love that it sets down. I definitely can't use this in my waterline though. As you can see, it has actually faded a lot in my waterline, and I can't really knock points off for that because I have been saying this a bajillion times, so sorry for repeating myself, but I do have extremely watery eyes and things don't stay there. Even while I was applying it, my eyes were watering like crazy, and so the eyeliner has kind of disintegrated, but it's okay. Nothing else can stay in there anyways. And also on the waterline, it has kind of given me a pink eye, irritated eye type of look, because this does pull very, very red on the waterline for some reason. Not so much when it's swatched or when it's applied on the eye. But I don't really mind because I won't be using it there after this. My waterline is definitely like Chernobyl. Nothing can stay there, nothing can live there. It is a biohazard zone. The ColourPop concealer, I am very, very, very impressed with this as someone who does have very dry under eyes, and seeing that this was supposed to be matte scared me a little bit because matte, dry under eye doesn't mesh well. I don't want to look like a reptile, but it is actually not quite as matte as I thought it would be. It's a lot more plumping and moisturizing than what I thought it would be, which would be like Tarte Shape Tape, but it is a lot more comfortable around the eye. It sits very well and it does sink into my lines. Everything sinks into those lines, but it does look very smoothing underneath the eye, and it doesn't seem to be breaking up. It's not doing anything funky, except when it started to oxidize. That was real funky. I don't know about that, but it's not like it oxidized to a color deeper than my skin tone, but I didn't get quite the brightening effect that I wanted. So the ultra glossy lips I have been testing out for a week before this, and oh my god, I love them. They're so nice. I've kind of reinvigorated my love of glosses, and oh, These just meet all of my needs. They're nice and glossy, not gloppy. They're really opaque in color. And of course, I love to support my fellow beauty YouTubers on here, so I really do love both of these glosses. Overall, I'm very, very impressed, and I'm definitely going to be trying these out a lot more. This is just my first time trying out quite a few of these, so I will definitely let you guys know in an updated first impressions video again soon. So that wraps up my video, guys, on testing ColourPop products out for the first time. All the products talked about in this video will be listed in the description box below, and whatever else is on my face, if you're interested, it'll all be in the description box down below. If you like me, if you like my content, if you like my videos, anything of the sort, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like and comment on this video. It really does help me out, really helps my videos get more exposure, and make sure to hit that bell notification so you won't miss any of my uploads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!